ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Okay, let's do a bit of this then, shall we? And hopefully it will run fine. I have tested the actual frame rate. It seems to be fine. Police motorcycle. That sounds like a good thing to start off on. There we go. Let me know if the sound level's maybe a bit low. I think it actually might be. I did just want to make sure that the sound level wouldn't be a problem, since these games can have a tendency to get just a bit loud. Regardless, this is the closed beta. This is given out to pretty much every Twitch partner, so It's not that closed. It's like also to the point where I would say... Oh, Jesus, what the hell? Oh, what on earth is going on? Alright, I'm being shot at. This is probably bad. Quit the batist! What are you doing? LAPD, that's why you can't trust the bloody bastards. Here we go. I should be able to get through this bollard, shouldn't I? There we go. So, it's not really closed per se. It's more of a marketing beta. I mean, they're giving it to basically every Twitch partner, so... Yeah, I mean, I think it's obvious what their intention is. Frame rate is fine on my end. Obviously the stream's running at 30 FPS, which you're well aware of. I can't run at 60. Because if I could, it would be brilliant. But streaming at 60 takes like double the bandwidth, and unfortunately, Time Warner is a piece of shit. And it's also the best I've got in this area. So, yeah. Right, we've had a little bit of a ride around on this. Let's actually try and get to the action. The mode we're currently playing is called Blood Money. There's a pile of cash. The cops are trying to secure as much of it as possible for, quote, evidence. Yes, of course. And the... Hell... Oh, God! Hi! Oh, my God, why? I don't give a shit if you need a gunner. Go away. I'm not sure if there's a way to turn off chat in this game. It might be good. As soon as people figure out I'm streaming, they'll probably end up acting like idiots, but... What do you mean far less than 30 FPS? It shouldn't be. It should be running absolutely fine. Is it... 20? I'm getting 85 here. Hang on a minute. Let's see what I can do about this. Unless there's something... Unless I accidentally left SLI on. No, SLI's off. And turn the game sound up as well. I am not 100% sure why it would be throwing out footage at anything less than 30. Could be a Twitch issue. It's likely to be an issue on my end. So my frame rate's really solid in-game. There's nothing wrong with it there, but might be something wrong with the stream itself. Okay, well, I've turned up the sound. I mean, as far as I can tell, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong at all with the actual stream. Unless I want to turn off special optimization, which I shouldn't have to do. Frame rate's the FOV is 95. You can push it up to like 110 if you want. But it is a beta, so the performance is not amazing. Actually, I mean, looking at it on my end, it looks like 30 on the output. It may be that Twitch is having problems because of the E3 streams. It's definitely a possibility. It's definitely a bit weird, though. What on earth is going on here? Alright. Go and have a look around, see what's going on. Should I even be near the enemy vault? Whoa! Apparently so. Here, have some medical stuff. And so far, like, it feels completely like Battlefield in every possible way, outside of the game mode being a little bit weird and the game being very slightly less militarized. And I do mean slightly. Whatever I did fixed it mostly. Okay, maybe it was just a bit of initial choppiness on the stream. Okay, where is he? Please stop throwing rocket launcher at me. Ah! He had a bloody... wow. Marine Magnum. That sounds fun. I want one of those. Like, my initial impression so far of it, which obviously don't really mean much because I haven't really been playing for that long. Like, it is really hard for me not to look at it and say this is a DLC pack, you know? Oh, that is not a place to spawn, son. Not a place to spawn! Considering what they've done with DLC in the past to kind of completely change the game modes around, it's a bit weird that they would release it as a full game, but then I also remembered EA. It's like they've released full game modes before as DLC packs. That's not unusual. Probably shouldn't have stayed in there. But... Go away. No, no, I don't. No. Hide chat. That's the best button that was ever available there. I don't mind the repurposing of assets per se, but generally speaking, I like it to be done in such a way that the price kind of matches the content. This appears to be a full $60 release, which to me does seem somewhat ridiculous. Obviously, the beta doesn't show off that much. Whoa! He's getting away. High-speed pursuit. There we go. Let's go after him. See if we can get him. There must be a... There's got to be a button somewhere. Where'd he go? I lost him, didn't I? How unfortunate. Obviously, it is just a 1 or 2 map beta, so it's hard to judge, but you can tell that a lot of the assets are taken straight from Battlefield 4. All the sound assets are there. The M16 feels like the M16 in Battlefield 4, which shouldn't be too surprising. I mean, why would you change it? But it's also a weird dichotomy where you've got this pretty much militarized police force and ludicrous nonsense going on in the middle of town that doesn't really make a huge degree of sense. I mean, SWAT 4 this ain't. Is the frame rate going to shit again on the stream? Yeah, again, I don't know what would cause that. I'm not dropping frames here, either on the actual game itself or on the XSplit client, so I don't know what would be causing that. I guess it's probably Twitch. Like, that's... Twitch is most likely at capacity streaming all the E3 shit at the moment. Like I say, I don't have an explanation for it. Nothing on my end is showing that it should be acting this way at all. So I hope it just clears up over time. My apologies for that. He was in there. He was in there somewhere. Oh, we got him. Is he being dealt with? Excellent. Good, good. Oh, that looks like a decent weapon. What on earth is this? It's a ludicrous weapon is what it is. Absolutely ludicrous. A bad clone of Payday. Right, you know, I don't know what it is about EA games, but it turns regular, reasonable people into complete total retards. How on earth is it a Payday clone? Have you played Payday? That 4-player co-op versus AI heist game, as opposed to this, like, 16 to 32 player versus title, which is basically a glorified version of Capture the Flag. You can say anything you want, but Payday clone it is not. I think if it was, then I would maybe be much more willing to give it a really good shot. Battlefield 4 DLC pack, far more likely. Yeah, I'm watching the stream right now. It's like, wow, that's running like absolute shit. Alright, let me mess a bit here. Like, it doesn't make a lot of sense that it would be running like that. I have to assume that there is something completely wrong with Twitch. I'm going to turn off special optimization on Game Source, and I'm going to see if that helps. Okay. Alright, so I've turned off special optimization. I'm going to mess with the settings on XSplit. Oh, fuck, that hit my frame rate really hard. Taking my frame rate, the hope is that it's giving you a better one, so do let me know if that's the case. But turning that off was a really terrible idea. I could do screen region capture on borderless window. That's a possibility. Fuck. I knew there's a reason why I leave special optimization on. Whose helicopter is that? I want it.
We have a man down.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the placebo effect. What the fuck are you doing? Ugh. Looks worse now. Looks better now. Yep, chat's useless. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's gotta be... There's no way. I mean, it's got to be Twitch. I don't see anything else it possibly could be at the moment. Well, that's unfortunate. It is amusing, though, that Twitch would give out Battlefield hardline keys to streamers and then not let them stream. That I find quite cute. Yeah, I mean, I'm even watching the low stream, and it definitely looks like way lower frame rate than it should. That's very strange. Very strange. Yeah. Alright, well, some people seem to be getting good frame rate, and some people seem to be getting bad frame rate. It could be a CDN issue, depending on who you're peering from. I'm not sure. But, well, you know, if it looks terrible, there's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid. If it's looking good for some people, then that's fine. It's not like I won't be doing a proper assessment of this at some point on YouTube. I guess streaming during E3 is probably a terrible idea. Yeah, there will be a co-optional podcast today. Jesse will not be in it. He's busy doing something else. It will be a... I believe we actually stream... Polaris is doing the stream, actually, I think, for this one. It'll be an E3 sort of roundtable. I believe it's me, Dodger, and a couple of others. It might... Krendor might be on it, and I think we've got Matt as well, who is the ex-Machinima guy who's doing a lot of the preview stuff at the moment. So, I think that is the plan. Should be on a slightly earlier time. 2 PM EDT. 1 hour earlier. And we'll mostly be talking about panels, I'd imagine. Which means after this, I do have to go and watch the Xbox panel. I did watch the PlayStation panel last night. That was okay. Executive helicopter. That sounds like fun. Let's go on that. Looks like we are... Let's go Enforcer. There we go. Looks like we're playing Criminal this time around. Cool. Should be fun. Yeah, the PlayStation panel was okay last night. It has some decent announcements. The helicopter doesn't have any sounds yet. Okay, good to know. Oh, there we go. It now has sounds. Alright. Where on earth did the police get Stinger missiles? It's a good question. I forgot what the button for third person is as well, which is usually pretty useful when you're doing stuff like this. Also, I can't help but notice this executive helicopter seems to have a minigun on it, which seems highly unlikely. I think that's like maybe the biggest problem I have with it up to this point, and I hope that they reconsider. It's the idea that you are basically dealing with full-on armies on either side, and yet you're missing the point, I think, of the whole cops and robbers thing if you go for the full-on military approach. I think that is frankly unnecessary and is defeating the point of the exercise. I feel it is the kind of thing that... Oh, Christ! This is why I shouldn't be flying those things. The suspension of disbelief is a real problem, but it's not even just that. It's like, it's a wasted opportunity for the theme, you know? Because you're basically making... Oh, you are playing military, but crappy military. Like, what? Well, if you're gonna do crappy military, then, you know, do it properly. Do the whole paramilitary guerrilla tactics kind of thing. But the basic fact of the matter is, oh, bloody hell. You are playing a fully armed military force. Whether it be as the cops, or whether it actually be as the criminals. they might as well be fully armed. I mean, you've got the same things. You've got ammo bags, you've got fully automatic weapons, you have light machine guns, you've got goddamn RPGs. How the hell did you get those? Stinger missiles, attack helicopters with evidently heavy machine guns mounted to them, which would never in a million frickin' years happen. But, yeah, I could deal with suspension of disbelief. It's just like, well, if I'm going to play military, why don't I just play Battlefield 4? That's got military, and that's got bloody fighter planes in it. No there is suppression. Why do people think there's no suppression? There is suppression. There's fully featured suppression, same as there was in Battlefield 4. Absolutely. It's all there. I'm not sure why people would believe that there's not suppression in Hardline. There definitely is. Yeah, no civilians around downtown's kind of ridiculous. I saw some of the trailer and it looked like there would be NPC vehicles. I don't know if that's just in a different game mode, not in the beta. One thing I am kind of interested in is the single player this time around, which is something I usually don't care about in Battlefield, because it's usually absolutely god-awful. But I think that with a theme like this, you can make a really good single player campaign. Will they? Probably not. Ooh. Hehehe. Yeah, do something fun with this. I hope so. Oh, crap. Get back. You ran away with a bike. It's okay, don't worry. We have a fuel tanker. Yeah. I think that the single-player campaign could potentially be absolutely fantastic. But will it? No, probably not. No other Battlefield campaign's been any good, except for Bad Company 1. That was good. Bad Company 2's was okay-ish. Can I do anything? Okay, I'm just having a look at the various customization options. This is not indicative of the final product, obviously. You should bear in mind this is a closed beta, so there's probably stuff missing in a big way. Yeah, probably just wouldn't mess around with that. Can I get a second gadget? Ooh, grappling hook. Okay, all right. Yep. Let's buy ourselves a grappling hook. So the cache seems to be the unlock system. There's a ranking system though, I think, for add-ons, but I think the regular gadgets and things can just be unlocked once you get enough cash to do it. Not sure how you use the grappling hook. Can I grapple up to there? I am trying. As it stands, it's not like I can grapple to bloody anything. There, maybe? There? No. Oh, oh, there we go.
Grapple up and secure.
Okay. There we go, so that's how the grapple works. Alright. Grappling hooks are always nice. We do like the vertical gameplay, certainly. Yes, but, I mean, so far Hardline definitely seems like a completely missed opportunity. And missing the point, really. Fuck, I'm just watching the frame rate on the stream. It's fucking terrible. Oh my god. Really, really bad. Yeah, it must be something to do with the beta. I don't have an explanation for it, but I do know people were streaming it last night. I don't know if they were streaming it with a decent frame rate, or whether they were streaming a console version or something. Which obviously via a capture card would be fine. Certainly weird, because Battlefield 4 plays on exactly the same engine. So you wouldn't expect there to be a huge amount of problems with it. The stream's terrible, like... Oh, fuck me. Yeah, the stream looks awful. Like, my frame rate right now in game's about 85, which is fine. And that's all on Ultra. But the stream looks terrible, and I couldn't tell you why. Try Source, by the way. People are suggesting that you try Source, as apparently that looks a lot better. I don't know what you're talking about changing the title of my broadcast. It was changed like 30 minutes ago. Unfortunately, Twitch needs to sort this out, by the way, and that's allow the make the title auto refresh whenever it gets changed. Because people come in and, like, they've been there for an hour and they're like, why does it say StarCraft? Like, it doesn't. You were just here for an hour. Well, glad to see that he doesn't have the common sense to get in the goddamn getaway vehicle. Look at it. Just, he's running off with the... Look at this. It's... Look. Get in the car. Why else would we have this? So... Ow, 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 ow! Fuck me. Yeah, use source. I guess low and all the other encodes, transcodes on Twitch are probably fucked at the moment. Source would be better because source is what I'm streaming out in, yeah? Everything else is a transcode. That means that if there's a problem on Twitch's end with the transcode, then you will not be seeing good frame rate. Source is what I am sending out, yeah? Which I know is fine. And this is not going anywhere, is it? Oh, fuck me! There we go. Yeah, so you use source, please. Everything else is going to look, at the moment anyway, like complete and total arse. How did he not die? Come on. Should also note, by the way, the beta seems to be running on the old tick rate, so you get a lot of those mutual kills that were a problem before the patch in Battlefield 4. So just bear that in mind as well. So you'll probably see a lot of people mutually killing each other, and they'll be doing that because the tick rate is like 10 instead of 30, which is what Battlefield was recently patched to. I do like the motorbikes are cool. I'll definitely give them credit for that, and I can see some really nice chase potential, but the problem is, at the moment, people are just kind of playing it like Battlefield. It's like, oh, I'm gonna grab the cash, then I'm gonna run around. Instead of it being like, get in the getaway car, sort of thing. That's what I would really like to see. But it seems like the game mode isn't really set up for that. A lot of people just don't know what the fuck they're doing yet, which is also a possibility. Okay, time to leave. Jesus. There we go. I think that you'd have to redesign your game mode in such a way that the players are going to organically use that particular style of gameplay. I think the way you could probably do that is by making the money pile and the vaults further apart to make it basically impossible to run around with the money like people are currently doing. As it stands, it's only like 100 meters between the two, so people feel like they can just run around with it. I think if you want to have the whole high-speed chase getaway car thing going on, which I think you should, because that would make the game pretty enjoyable, then you move everyone's vault further away to mean that vehicles are required. So, I mean, you see what I'm talking about here? Like, people just running kind of around with giant bags of money on the back. It's just ridiculous. Defeats the point of the theme. Better can certainly be done, I think. Oh, shit. But outside of that, the fact that everyone is sort of fully armed from the very start with military-style equipment, again, kind of defeating the point. There is some improvised stuff going on with the criminals at any rate, but not a huge amount. What I want to see is a bunch of improvised stuff from the criminal faction. Criminal faction kind of being significantly different enough. As it stands, they're really not. I would love to see a proper asymmetric... Oh, fuck me. Proper asymmetrical kind of warfare. You know, why is it that the SWAT team has parachutes? Like, randomly on their back, you know, that probably shouldn't be a thing, but Battlefield had it, so this has to have it, right? I don't think so. Yeah, hopefully between this and launch, they will actually decide to differentiate the two. And say, look, you know, we don't actually want it to feel like Battlefield. I mean, why the fuck does this goddamn truck have a... No criminal faction is sneaking a fucking minigun into LA. That is not happening in a million years. Where did they get it from? Come on.